Hi, welcome back to EducateTube.com. My name is Sipsky, your host. Today I'll be talking about how to pick the right laptops for your needs. Now before I do that, I want to talk about the three categories of users. Over the years, I own various types of laptops from entry level all the way to the professional level. And I've included that there are actually three group of users or three categories of user that purchase laptops. Let's go through three of them, and then maybe this will help you decide how to purchase your laptop. So depending on which category you're in, this may help you determine what type of laptop you need. And I'm going to go through each of the categories and the type of spec that each category uses. Okay. So the first group are the non-4K, non-Full HD consumers and the tinkers. So those are the group which don't care so much about the quality like 4K or even the Full HD videos. They just want to consume the media at a standard resolution, which is usually DVD quality. And the tinkers are people who actually have a computer that's maybe defective or extremely entry level or minimum laptop that requires for Windows 7 or Windows XP, and they like to take it apart and put it together. There's a second category as well. These are the main group of people who actually invest a lot of money in their laptops. These are small business users, educators, professionals, game enthusiasts. They can pay between $400 or $500 all the way to a couple of $1,000 laptop. So they really invest their time and money in these laptops. And then you have the third categories, which is the professional gamers, heavy graphic media, Full HD, 4K content creators, data computing intensive professional who uses or research in VR and AI technology. So these are like people who actually spend tens of thousands of dollars on their laptops because the work is mobile and they need the really high-grade laptops, and which could be quite expensive. So where are you at? Which category you're in? I would say probably most likely you're in the second categories. But let's go through each one of the categories and the type of computer each category would need. Okay? Let's look at the first categories. So if you're in this group, this is non-4K or non-Full HD consumers and tinkers. Usually your laptop would be an i3, i5 second and third generation, i7 first generation, Celeron, Atom, Intel Atom, which is found in netbooks, older Pentium computers. I have one to illustrate. Actually, I have this computer that's about 10 years old. This is the Gateway tablet. It is actually a pen computing tablet. I bought it, over 10 years ago for around close to $1,000, and it's pretty good spec. Back then it was using Windows XP as operating system. Now of course because the lithium battery is old, you cannot use it anymore. It becomes a lab station. So I'm still using this to test some of my software, to see if it still works with Windows XP, and yeah, it's still usable. Okay. Now usually the spec on this laptop, these type of laptops are 1 to 4 gig RAM. Okay, the hard drive space is usually less than 100 gig. This one I think is 160 gig. Okay, the operating system, from XP all the way to Windows 8, kind of Windows 7 as well in there. Okay, the games you play usually 2D flash games. Games that's stored in DVD or CDs, and you can then install into your hard drive. Office with Microsoft Office is usually Windows Office 2003 and earlier. Okay, so the laptops is usually really cheap or even free. Okay, you probably can get it from your uncle or aunt or whoever wanted to throw it away. It's still usable, although these technologies, laptops, are 10 to 15 years behind. But for consuming media like watching standard DVD quality YouTube videos, typing emails, writing your resume, this laptop is still definitely usable. Okay, so if that's all you do, then yeah, don't spend that much money. Cost you less than $100, or maybe even get it for free. This is the first category, so maybe you're in this category. Now, if you're serious about computers, laptop, most likely you're in this categories. These are educators, small business owners, professionals, game enthusiasts. So they would spend, at least $500 on their laptop all the way to, $2,000. Their computer spec is usually i5 3rd to 5th generation, i7 2nd to 4th generation. Their RAM in their laptop would be 48 gig RAM. Their storage would be between 250 gig to 1 terabyte of hard drive space. They may have a graphic card that is integrated with Intel HD 4000 or higher, or they may even have a discrete graphic card that's have 1 to 2 gig VRAM, video RAM. Okay, and the screen quality is usually HD, which is like 720p to full HD, which is 1080p screen resolution. The operating system is usually Windows 7 or Windows 10. Now it's going to be moving more towards Windows 10 because Windows 7 is about to expire by 2021, I believe. And then of course you have the third category, which is the pro gamers, the heavy graphic computing work in specialized professions. So these are like engineers, right? All these group of people that requires heavy computing, heavy manipulation of graphics, so that's like 4K and beyond. Okay, so the kind of spec or laptop they would have is i5 6th generation and above. Okay, usually above that. i7 5th generation and above. They may even have an i9 now, and they will have the newest Xeon processors from Intel. Now notice I didn't talk about AMD chip. It's not because it's not good, it's because I don't know much about it. I know Ryzen processor is very good, comparable to i7 and even i9. But you can read up that on your own. AMD, I actually have some of my laptop is AMD, which is A6, and I even have A4. Okay. Now their graphic card is usually, if it's integrated, is usually HD 5500 and above, and their discrete graphic card, usually Navia and GTX or AMD Radeon, which has a VRAM of at least 4 gig RAM. And the video screen quality is at least full HD and 4K quality, right? The RAM is 12 gigabytes and above. Their storage is at least 1 terabyte and beyond, with 256 or more of SSD storage. They may even have M2 type of storage drive. Now the operating system would be Windows 10 for sure, and maybe beyond if Microsoft decide to create another Windows 11 or 12. But according to them, they are going to stick with Windows 10. But we'll see what happens. So these are the three categories of computer users, especially I'm talking about laptops. Where are you at? Which group do you think you are in? Let me know. Okay. Next week, what I'll do is I'm going to go through different laptops that I have, starting with group 1, perhaps. I'll show you my really old laptops, which is still usable today. It's like, for example, the Gateway one using Windows XP. I even have the HP G62, which is, I think it has AMD chip in that one, and the maximum RAM on it is 4 you can put in, but it's still capable of using Windows 7 and does it really well. I was able to watch YouTube at HD quality, which is 720, so it's still usable. And then you have really high-end one, which I have a laptop I'll show you as well, which is category 3. So we're going to go through category 1, 2, and 3, and I'll show you various laptops I have that's in those categories. Okay, so looking forward to seeing you again in the next few weeks. Thanks for watching EducateTube.com.